Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Alright, you know we always start off with a little fiddle tune, and I'll warn you in advance since this is part of our Magic Live 2022 from Las Vegas, Nevada. I thought I'd try to do something a little bit Vegas-y, and anything Vegas on the violin just sounds weird, but do I care? A little. Anyway, you're gonna get my Viva Las Vegas. Alright, I admit I don't think Viva Las Vegas or Elvis Presley would have done that on the violin, but anyway, that's all we have to work with today, so that's what we're getting. Anyway, hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm FiddlinJonny, and you know this is my fiddle channel and magic product review, and today you just got the fiddle and no magic product review because I am simply going to give you a highlight of what I thought were the best, most interesting releases at Magic Live this year. So some of these products are hard to find, some not so hard to find, some I don't know if that they were great, but there was a lot of buzz around them at the convention, so I'm going to mention them. Now I do not have any sort of like specific top 10 here, like going from worst to best, or I guess best to bester, but I do have sort of like my top one that I think was absolutely number one, which I will go with at the very end. It's not a top 10 list, it's actually a top 8 list. So let's not waste your time, let's just get right into this. The number 8 of the top 8 was Michael Chatlin's Melt. This was one of those things that there was definitely a little bit of a buzz going on about it. A lot of people mentioned it because it was very visual. And essentially what it is, you take a playing card and you take a dollar bill and you have that dollar bill folded and it will melt right through the card. Now it's visual because you can control it, essentially like having it lower at your will and going back up and rising at your will. So it appears that you have some control over it, and then it looks like it ends very clean. I don't own it, but clearly there was a lot of buzz around it and something to keep an eye out for out there. Michael Chatlin's Melt. The next one is a huge release, which I assume many of you have heard about, and it is João Miranda's new wallet that he has released, and it is called the Legacy System. It makes me wonder, has Magic Orthodoxy reviewed this yet? Or David over there, who does all of the wallet reviews. Anyway, if you're not familiar with the Legacy System by João Miranda, which just came out in the last several months, in the United States it cost $1,700. Holy moly! That's a lot of scratch right there. So for $1,700, what do you get? Well, you're gonna get an amazing wallet. Now, I'm not sure I would ever use this, to be quite frank with you, but let me just tell you a little bit about the wallet. The wallet basically is that you are able to have your spectator, I think using your phone or their phone, I don't know whose phone you use, but you will have your spectator either write a word, a number, or a picture, and whatever they put on the cell phone, you will be able to pull from the wallet that has been in plain sight the entire time, or you can keep it in your breast pocket, but essentially you'll pull out a business card from it or a billet, and on that billet will be whatever your spectator has written down. So if they wrote down cat, it actually might be a picture of a cat. They wrote down a number, the number is going to be there. So it's drawing duplication. It's basically a mentalism effect in a wallet that's able to print whatever is written on the electronic device that you're using. Pretty amazing. The downside for me, cost $1,700. So unless you're a working professional, I don't know that I would consider it. The second side for me is it's a really fat, thick wallet. So I think that might raise some suspicion. I look forward to this product when it becomes version 2.0 or version 3.0, because I think if they can get it smaller and looking closer to a little bit more real wallet, it will be amazing. Still an amazing leap forward in technology and what this can do in terms of drawing duplication inside the wallet. It's able just to print the information that you desire to have printed in real time for your spectator. All right, let's move on. Number 6. Now, Kyle Purnell had 2 releases at Magic Live this year. One was done through Penguin Magic and the other was through Vanishing Ink. And I'm going to focus on the one from Vanishing Ink, which is Big Picture. Kyle put this out. Very creative person out there who's putting out some really great stuff. This is a mentalism effect where you will have a deck of cards, and on those deck of cards you have a bunch of words. So whether it's star or TP, those sorts of things. And you will have your spectator pick any one of the words that they want. At that point you reveal that you knew it in advance because you have a prediction that you have kept in plain sight the entire time, that you have 2 cards that are inside the inside the cellophane of your tuck case. You pull that out, and on the backs they have big question marks, but you turn them over to reveal that actually when you put the 2 cards together, it is a picture of whatever chosen word they chose. And it's a free choice. They can pick any of the words and the picture will always match every single time. Very creative. I think there'll be some people who really like that effect. All right, let's move on. The next one, boy, was this popular and yet not new. It's been around for a while. But at the Alakazam stand, Harry Nardi, maybe Harry was naughty, I don't know, but Harry Nardi was doing a lot of demoing of a Liam Montier release called What Happens in Vegas. Now I think it was probably popular because it was so situation specific, being in Vegas with the conference. But here's what it is. You take out a deck of cards. The deck of cards is sort of like a souvenir deck of cards from Vegas itself. The back of every single card is from a different casino in Vegas. So you will have your spectator pick one of the cards out of the 52 cards. So there's 52 different casinos, some that are current and some that are long gone casinos. They then are asked to make a second choice. So let's say they chose Caesar's Palace as their first choice. Then they make a second choice, face up. When the cards are face up, they pick one of the values of the cards. So let's say it's the 2 of hearts is what they pick, and at that point you will pull out of your tuck case a poker chip. And on one side of that poker chip is Caesar's Palace, that it's a chip from Caesar's Palace, and on the other side it'll be the 2 of hearts. That's what the effect is. Very cool. Been around for a while, but very hot at Magic Live this year. All right, so in the number 4 position, I have 2 from Christian Grace. Christian Grace clearly was a hot, had hot items, I would say, at there, and it was inevitable. Choice is one of those very hot items. And he sort of demos it as finding a needle in a haystack, but it's kind of a classic card routine, is that you have your spectator pick a card, you shuffle that card back into the deck, and then you will put cards to the table, and your spectator at any point can say now, and when they say now, that card goes into a second pile. You do this until you get all the way through the deck, and they can say now as many times as they want, so they end up with this second pile of cards. So let's say they end up with 10 cards in that pile, all the other cards are discarded, those 10 cards, the exact same procedure is done, put to the table, spectator will say now, it goes into a second pile. Ultimately, the one card that is left is the spectator's chosen card. So that's what it is. Very affordable as well. That is $35. And if I didn't mention it, Big Picture is $30. And I'm not too sure what happens in Vegas, what the cost is there. And an inevitable choice, $35. All right, then number 3. Now, my top 3, I think, were really all really great releases. Number 3 is called Miracle One by Christian Grace. Now, this is only available currently at Magic Live. I don't believe you can find it yet released through Vanishing Ink, because it is a Vanishing Ink product. I expect that it'll be released hopefully very, very soon. But this is an any card at any number routine, or at least it appears as an any card at any number routine. It uses 2 decks, and your spectator will pick a card from one deck, and then in the second deck they will use a number, and whatever number they say, you deal down to that position, and the card that they chose from the first deck is in that position. It has some kickers that it could be the only card that is a different colored back than the entire rest of the deck as well. So there's multiple ways in which it can be performed, but that's the effect. This is very interesting because it takes a couple of principles and methods that we all know, have combined them in unique ways to come up with this sort of way in which to do any card at any number. Stick around for a review on that because I'll be doing that as soon as it is released. Number 2, a product I've already reviewed is Chop. Chop sold out really quick at Magic Live and very popular, released by Craig Petty through Penguin Magic. And Chop is essentially a chop cup routine, except done as a way with an everyday object, a paper cup. So if you're at a coffee shop and you have a cup from the coffee shop, in essence you're able to use any paper cup and do it, or you can use any porcelain cup and do it as well. Sort of a modified, impromptu, everyday object chop cup routine. Very popular. All right, and in the number 1 position, very hard to find product. I cannot find it except for on some obscure Magic web pages. I'll leave some links down there for you to look for this. This product was $65 from where I could find it, but it is called Flick, and it's by Yuji, and my apologies if I pronounced it incorrect, from Japan. This booth sold out of Flick really fast. They have a couple variations of Flick. You can take your tuck case and you can take a card and you put it in the cellophane of the tuck case, and you basically just flick it like this and it changes. So it could change to your spectator's chosen card. It could be torn and restored card. It could be a transposition. So there's a lot of different things that you can do with it. Very, very visual. It's a sort of effect I would not be attracted to normally, simply because it's like one and done. But I believe you could probably really build it into a larger, like torn and restored or transposition type of routine, so it's fantastic in that way. The variation on that is, rather than done with a tuck case, it's done with a wallet, and you can open up the wallet. You see where you would normally put in your picture of your license or a credit card. So in what they demo it is putting in a receipt. You flick it essentially, and your receipt turns back into your cash. So again, a lot of things that you can do with that. And it looks really, really awesome. You should go check out the trailer for that. I'll find a link and put that down there for you. Sold out fast, and I wish I had purchased it before it was gone, because I think it seems like a really awesome product. So Flick by UG&I was my number 1 pick at Magic Live, mostly because I liked it and there was lots of buzz about that product. Other than that, I'm not sure there was a lot of really new products where there's like blowing people's minds. I'd probably have to say it was kind of an average year overall in that respect for new releases. But the 8 products that I have mentioned, I think were all, worthy of folks to take a look at, and things that probably people will like. And on some of them, I'll be doing reviews on these. So, all right, that's it. This is the last of my 3-part series on my journey to Magic Live. I appreciate everyone who has been following the series. If you haven't seen the earlier ones, go watch those. But this is really a Magic product review channel, and that's what I am now returning to from moving forward. So please keep coming back to watch the Magic product reviews. Make sure you hit that like button. Each and every one of you, please hit the like button. It's really appreciated. Leave a comment. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. And to all those who have recently subscribed, thank you. I hope that I can bring really good value to you and when you're looking at products for consideration. All right, I'm FiddlinJonny, and remember to keep fiddling around with your magic. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.